So now that you probably have chosen already the course topic and you know what you want to create the course about, at least you have a general idea. And now that you have created a new course on Udemy that you should be doing as soon as possible, now let's think about the course structure, because you need to understand what structure people are looking for, what structure Udemy is looking for, and what you will actually need to create, call it a course. That's what is important, because yeah, you know that there are some videos, there are some explanations. Do you need to sit down and record like one long thing or a few short things or whatever it is? Don't worry, I'm gonna be explaining everything right here, just to give you an understanding what the course structure actually is. So first thing that you need to understand, that course is actually a collection of lectures and sections. So course itself is the largest entity, the end entity that you are actually creating. It's the big thing. It's a thing that you are striving towards. It's basically a final thing that you are creating, and this is the final boss. This is the end thing. Overall, everything that you will be creating is called course. Simple, right? Yeah, you know that. It's okay. It's understandable. Sure thing. Course itself is divided into sections. Sections are actually the smaller subset of courses, the smaller parts of the courses, the end result of which is understanding some integral part of the course. If the course will give you understanding of overall topic, the section can give you understanding of the part of the topic. If you are done with the section, you already have an understanding of some significant part of the course, and the sections usually are tied with each other and they have a clear progression one after another. And the final part, the sections themselves are divided into lectures. The lectures are the smallest part of the course, and this is basically what the sections are comprised from. All the separate videos are lectures, which in turn create sections, which in turn create course. That's how you need to think. That's extremely important. Each section is tied to one another. Basically, the introduction section is just introducing your topic. Then you're gonna explain the basis of the topic, very basics, which will be in, let's say, for example, a basic section. Then you're going a bit intermediate, a bit large in concepts of the course. It can be another section or several sections which are tied one to another. And then you can go to the practical type of the section, or you can just go and teach some advanced stuff or something coming from your experience. That's how sections are tied, and these sections are created from the lectures. Lectures themselves are separate videos, right? Lectures are just videos. And each of the lecture should explain one concept. Or if you want to something very simple, again, sorry, my awful handwriting, it should answer one question. It's as simple as that. Each lecture, or rather video, whatever you want to call it, should answer one concept, explain one concept, and answer one question. That's what lecture is. I know I'm explaining something that is very simple for a lot of you, but you need to have this in core, in very basics of understanding how courses work. This is not just a YouTube video that you're creating, that you can create anything in and just call it a day. No, you are creating something larger, and this larger structure is consistent of the smaller elements, and the smaller elements need to be made perfect in order to make the larger course as great as possible. So for example, in this lecture, I'm explaining the course structure. When I'm done with this lecture, you need to have an understanding what course structure should have. And don't worry, we're gonna go into specifics in just a few seconds. So you have an understanding of course. Entirety of this section will help you to plan your course, which in turn at the end allow you to create the course itself. You see how they are tied? This lecture explains one question and one concept, which is course structure. This section explains the larger concept, which is the course planning entirely, which in turn is the part of an end goal, which is the course creation itself. So yes, now we got an understanding. Now, how the course actually should be structured. Now, how it should actually look at the end. Now, what you should have. First thing that you will need to do is create an introduction. Again, sorry for my awful handwriting, and I'm talking about introduction lecture, introduction video itself. An introduction video will be part of introduction section. I'm gonna just call it intro. I'm gonna use yellow marker for the section, the green marker for the lectures. Introduction lecture is basically introducing yourself. The same thing that I did in this course, being that, yes, hello, this is me, this is what this course will be about, and at the end, you will learn this and that. This is basic introduction, a few minutes long, sometimes even less than a minute long. It's a very simple, very straightforward, and in our case, we're gonna actually use introduction as a promo as well, or if you want, you can just add an additional promo, but in this case, we're gonna use this as a promo as well. So yeah, it's just, hello, this is our course, this is what you're gonna have at the end. It's as simple as possible. Then you're gonna have a lecture, one or few lectures of additional basics. So this can be one or few lectures. I highly suggest you just put it in one lecture. And it is basically explaining how you're going to learn things, how the course will be structured, and some additional introduction things that you need to learn. As you can see in this course, where I actually made the similar thing, basically to tell you what Udemy isn't and just setting expectations and things like that. You can do something similar to that and do a few lectures like that, and this will be just giving an understanding and proper expectation to students what they need to expect from this course. This is not necessary to do, but it's actually a great thing to do. And then you're gonna actually start teaching things. And I actually changed the section color because yeah, yellow didn't look that great. Let's change it to red. And that's basically how you're going to continue. You're gonna go with the second section and start actually explaining things, start actually explaining what the thing is. And it's gonna contain the lecture 1, lecture 2, lecture 3, whatever you're gonna continue, and then to the next section, etc., etc. And here the structure is actually purely dependent on you and how you think will be the best for your students. And again, it's all tied to the presentation. You know what will be the best way to teach your topic, whether you're gonna do practically or just talking head or whatever it is. It's all like this sections right here is all up to you. Like section 2, section 1, section 2, and etc. is all up to you. You can create a number of sections that you want. Just understand that each section should cover entire topic and should understand some of like entire larger concept. Each section should do that. Then, as you can see, we have a conclusion right here. The conclusion section is usually containing only conclusion lecture, or you can have some additional conclusions if you want to do so. Now, what is actually conclusion? Conclusion is basically, yep, this is that we learned. Thank you for being here with me. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'm here to help you, or just go through additional resources, do this, that, have some additional advices, etc. Basically concluding the course, basically summing up everything that we learned through the entire course. This is what conclusion lecture is, and you must have it. You must have it. You should understand that you must have it. It should be in the conclusion section. If you want, you can add some additional things before you're gonna go to the conclusion lecture. Before that, you can add like between them right here, you can add some additional resources lecture where you can actually teach, or you can go here, etc. By the way, you cannot include all the links that you want right here, but still you can just tell them you can go to this website, etc. And then at the very end, right here at the very end, you have the extra section, or you can call it different name or additional thing, etc. And this is where you can create a bonus. I know my bonus written is awful, but still you can create a bonus lecture right here. And the bonus lecture, you can include any links that you want. You can go any additional links, even if you have a paid products, things like that, you can include everything in the bonus lecture. So these are the links that you can add. So you can add any link that you want at the end. And yeah, we're going to talk about this in one of the future lectures, so don't worry about that. So in the next lectures, we will actually start creating the course and understanding how the concept of the structures and concept of the scripts and outlines will actually work, and what you need to do in order to outline your course and actually start creating it, starting from the future lecture. So I'm going to see you in the next one. See you and take care.